Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for having us here. My name is Gabriel. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of Valerann, an AI software company located in the UK with offices in Israel, where I came from originally, and in the US. Let's start. So traffic accidents and congestion are problems in an international scale. There is more than 10% of the world GDP is spent every year on the cost of traffic accidents with fatalities and injuries. And of course, it's not only about money, it's only about our lives. Every year, more than 1 million people lose their lives in car crashes around the world. Now, of course, we cannot control many factors that lead into a traffic accident. We cannot control the drinking habits of people, of drivers. We cannot control the circumstances that make us lose our attention while we drive. But what we can control and should control is our authorities' ability to detect and react as fast as possible to traffic events and hazard events that are happening on the road network at any point of time. Now today, if a person is involved in a traffic accident or in a car crash, God forbid, it will take sometimes more than 20 minutes for the authorities to even know that the crash really happened, let alone coming and assisting this person to get out of this dire situation. Now, the tragedy is that the data that can solve this and can take down dramatically this number of 20 minutes already exists out there in millions and millions of data points. It exists in the shape of video streams from cameras that are installed on the hard shoulder or on our road network, from sensors, from social media, people tweeting about an accident they just saw, from navigation apps like Waze, TomTom, here, all of these good companies, from data that comes from connected vehicle, which is becoming more and more widespread. So the data that can solve this problem is already out there. But there are a few problems about this data. The first problem is that there's just too much of this data. In a small road, in a small section of road, the control center that controls this road sometimes gets millions and millions of data points on a daily basis. When you get so much data, the data just becomes noise. It's not useful in any way. Another problem you have about this data is that it's not structured and it comes from different sources that do not speak together, and practically, if you don't analyze it, again, the usefulness of the data is very limited. Now, couple this with the fact that in a typical control center of a highway, you have 3 people, maybe 4 or 5, that are responsible for digesting all this data and using it in order to make real-time decisions. And the result is that practically traffic authorities cannot and do not trust the data they have, and they don't know how to use it effectively in order to detect incidents and resolve them in real time. Our vision in Valerann is to solve this, is to allow traffic authorities to trust their data and to use data effectively in order to detect incidents and resolve them in not 20 minutes, but less than 1 minute since they happened. And the way we do this is by using a method we call the fusion method. So when you take each data source that is available today to traffic authorities separately, you will get a very partial view of what's happening on your road network. For example, cameras, even if you do machine vision on them, the best-in-class roads today with the best ITS equipment include maybe 40, 50% coverage of the network with cameras. Let alone the fact that 99% of the roads today don't have any cameras whatsoever. Same goes with connected vehicles data, etc. Each of these data sources separately provide a very partial view of the network, whereas if you can combine somehow all of these sources together, you can get to a very comprehensive view of the network, potentially to 100% coverage. And this is what we do. We use AI, a purely software play, to integrate all the data sources that are available to us, either through the traffic authority, the road operator, or the concession company, or through third parties we work with. And then after integrating this data into one place, we digest it and we translate it to speak the same language and tell a story to the traffic operator, as opposed to just throwing notifications at them, telling a story about what's really happening on their network and what are the most important and relevant events they need to know about and take care of at any point of time. By doing this, by cross-correlating all the different data sources and validating them and pinpointing the most relevant events, we decrease by 95% the amount of traffic events that are flowing into the control center, and by this allowing the operators to be focused on what's really important, on the most important events that they need to take care of in order to be able to reduce the amount of time it takes them to resolve the events, and by this reduce the amount of accidents that are happening on their network and improve the traffic flow on their network. Now, just to give you a flavor of it, I want you to just imagine to yourself for a second that you're sitting in a control room. You are an operator in a control center in Costa Rica in this case. And you're looking now on a big screen that shows you video streams from almost 100 cameras at any point of time. You have maybe 3 or 4 seconds to take a glimpse on this video. Now, most of the people that see this video don't even understand that while they were looking at it, a very severe accident, I don't know if you noticed it, a very severe accident just happened. Now, if this happened to you, you're not alone, okay? The operators that sat in this control center in Costa Rica also missed this event just because they were distracted by all other monitors and other distractions they have in the control center. But through our system, through the Fusion engine, through our ability to bring data from different data sources and understand the exact location of this exact event that happened, we were able to alert these operators by less than 2 minutes about this event, and through our notification, they were able to zoom in the camera and see what happened there. There is a car with the wheels up. It was a complete catastrophe, but thanks to our ability to detect it and alert about it in less than 2 minutes, and also allow the operator to put their patrol cars and emergency services next to the event because we predicted in advance that this area is prone to risk at this point of time, the operator was able to save lives. And this is what we do on a weekly basis. We get calls from our operators and clients telling us how they saved lives of people thanks to our system, thanks to the ability to get faster to events. Today, we work internationally with the most important and tier 1 DOTs and concession companies around the world. These are the 2 types of clients, by the way, that we work with, DOTs and concession companies that manage many roads, toll roads around the world. We work with the leading DOTs in the United States. We work in Europe and in South America with toll roads that are owned by concession companies. And we are very excited and proud by the fact that our clients are already reporting a reduction of between 10 to 15% in the number of traffic accidents with fatalities and injuries that happened on their roads in 2023, thanks to the usage of our system. So thank you very much. We are raising now a round of 15 million pounds in order to execute on our current pipeline that is worth more than $10 million in ARR. And yeah, looking forward to having a conversation with you all. Thank you very much.